Technology is everywhere. We use it for nearly everything. They call this time period the information age. Never before has information been so readily available to nearly anyone. So where does faith fit into technology?
Living in America in 2013, you cannot not do some form of technology. But today, what I'm concerned about is that students think about and write about how their faith relates to their academic discipline. And everyone's academic discipline is influenced by technology.
Today, technology is a part of life. Stacks of books and notepads are replaced by a computer. The influence of technology is inevitable. The question is, how does it influence us?
Yeah, I mean, media today, you can see it already on TV with just rated R movies or just in television shows, and how just the social change, you know, living in a house with people before you're married, you know, premarital sex. So it's just like you see that corruption on TV and through media and music, even, to say that the technology has really corrupted the faith.
Luis Almeida, he recently did a TED Talk on the influence of technology on our lives. He illustrated the ways in which technology, just by virtue of using it, influences our human nature.
The church has to stay in touch with the world. And we have to make use of every gift it's given us. For example, look back, I'm sure that there were those who were skeptical about the printing press, but it changed everything. After the printing press, good grief, radio, and then television. You have to use technology, you must.
You know, I feel like we as a society, we're able to reach more people now than we ever have before. And so my point of view is, why not use it? Why not use this medium of TV and as media? Why not use it in a means to reach people and kind of bring hope and restoration to people? So I really believe that if you use it in the right way, we can really have impact and really glorify God through it.
Brooke Larson is the producer for The Journey, a faith-based Waynesburg University television show. The Journey features individuals who have the courage to talk about their faith when dealing with real-life situations.
I really believe that technology and faith can be combined, and it can be in a positive manner, and it can be used to just really bring Christ's love to this generation who's maybe hurting and broken.
When new technology comes out, we get very excited about what we can do with it, but we never ask ourselves what it will do to us. And I think that's a very cogent point. The other thing that I think Americans do is that they forget that there is a huge digital divide between basically the rich and the poor, people that have technology today and people that don't. Most of the world does not have the access to technology that we have here in the United States, and we forget that.
It was very interesting. Last night I was serving for the Thanksgiving dinner for the campus, and almost every single table, at least half the students had their cell phones out the whole time. And that blew me away. Here you are, Thanksgiving dinner, you're about to leave your friends for a week, and yet you're interacting with your smartphone instead of your friends. And so I think that can be a huge hindrance, that we have this thing in front of us now that's stopping us from just having a relationship with someone.
In Africa, people sometimes will have cell phones that they wear as a necklace around their neck, as status symbol. They have the phones, but they don't have the money to buy minutes. They can't actually call anyone on the phone or receive calls, but it's a status symbol.
Whether it is believed or not, technology is power. To go a day and not interact with technology is almost taboo.
The moments when I see technology and faith clashing is when the use of them is either misunderstood or is used as a lifeline and not balanced. When technology is something that, when taken away, there's anxiety, there's feelings of not feeling connected to the community that you have around you.
Technology does bring such a distraction of, oh, I have a message, oh, I have an email, oh, I need to check Facebook. It's hard to get into that quiet meditative space that's really conducive to faith development and just spending time alone with God. So I think we have to be very careful to not be too tethered to technology so that we miss God in the midst of it.
If I am afraid to be quiet with myself for more than 5 minutes and that brings me anxiety, and I have seen that with some of my students, my question is always, what is it about silence that makes you uncomfortable? Do you feel like you're not connected, that people will forget who you are without your social media, that you won't know what's going on in the world or have control of your life without your computer, your schedule right there in front of you, or your email? When you're quiet, when you turn things off a little bit, and that's, I think, where faith grows a lot.
Technology is causing face-to-face interactions to become less and less frequent. Instead of getting out of the car to knock on a date's door, a simple text is sent. It poses the question, what are we losing with more technology?
I really like personal contact, and tragically, emails can become impersonal if you're not careful. There's nothing like being able to talk to people. When I preach on a Sunday morning, I like to look people in the eye. I like to look around the sanctuary and connect. I want to look at people. I want them to know I'm telling the truth, and I want to see if I'm connecting with them.
Sometimes relationships can be stronger when you're face to face. Your faith can be molded more when you're face to face. I guess it even is more real.
While technology takes away the personal face-to-face conversation, technology is still essential to imparting information. Taking Bonaire, for example, a small island in the Caribbean, Trans World Radio, or TWR, set up a superpower AM radio station in the 1960s. This station has millions of listeners, even in the remote jungles in neighboring Brazil.
I mean, they've talked about going into the jungle in the middle of the Amazon and finding a village that had a church named TWR, because TWR was the only way they ever heard of Christianity. And the villagers accepted Christianity, believed it, but had no one besides the little one radio they had in that village that ever told them about Christianity.
A lot of people are thinking like nowadays, oh, our generation's like all technology based, and it's, you know, we're all like destroyed, and it's not a lot of people say it's like such a negative thing, and it's our generation has become all about non-face-to-face verbal, you know, speaking, but I think at the same time we have never been able to reach as many people as we can, like worldwide, ever before. And so we can use technology in a way that can be beneficial and can really get across that message of like Christ and sharing the gospel with those people and using it in that means.
While technology helps us talk to people all over the world in the blink of an eye, how much should we depend on it? Does the technological communication have consequences?
It seems to me that when we rely on the internet or television as a medium for projecting what we do in chapel or what we do in church or anything else, it has its limitations. It imparts information. Christianity is much bigger than imparting information. It's a trusting relationship to God. Technology, from a theological point of view, is neutral. There's nothing that's inherently evil. What it depends upon is how we use it. How's the technology used?